So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally back into our set, and welcome to the Taiwan-Hong Kong Qualifiers number 3. It's a last chance for many of these players, and my name is Daks, and we have gotten a big number of people for today. It's around over 20 players actually hopping on in for this session. Really goes to show, save the best for last sometimes, and well, we are looking to get into the matchup very soon. Our first match has been confirmed, our first map is ready to go, and it will be Deathaura LE. So there you go, guys. Protoss versus Terran action, and this will be the quarterfinals of, well, it is gonna be NZS versus the side of Little Wolf, and this is the quarterfinals coming into this one. It's a last chance for both of these players to move into the qualifying matches, and this is, ladies and gentlemen, the Taiwan-Hong Kong Qualifiers number 3. It's finally time to get into the action. It's finally time to get into the best of 3, and let's move on into Deathaura LE. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are, it's DreamHack time! This is the DreamHack Summer Qualifiers 2020 Taiwan-Hong Kong Regional Qualifiers, and introducing first the man who has been patience truly being a virtue, the man who has been waiting for that matchup to finish, and he is on the bottom right now. It is our blue Protoss, NZS. And his opponents here on the top left instead is gonna be a name I can't really pronounce, but I know of his alias. It's our red Terran, Little Wolf. So here we go, guys, in home turf for both of these players. This is the Taiwan-Hong Kong Regional Qualifiers, and thank you guys for your patience as we are gonna be moving into the game already. It's high time to get into the action of P versus T. And something I've really noted about this match so far, about this map so far, is just that early aggression is potentially available for either NZS or Little Wolf. So Probe right now going for a scout here and there. It's going to be gateways into play here for NZS. And of course, against Terran, you want to be walling out those more easier to handle concaves. You want to make sure that your buildings are part of your wall to really block things out. Interesting enough though, it's a pixel perfect assimilator spot there. And in the meantime, it's ready to probe, infiltrating, and getting a scout on. So neither side anticipating any kind of antics, neither side anticipating any kind of action per se at the very start, but NZS trying to bother the probe whatsoever. Now, something to note about NZS, I've checked out a little bit of match history, playing in the Chinese and Taiwanese scene all around the region, joining tournaments like this as well as the Blazing Series, and he's been looking to just prove himself to begin with. One of the good Protosses in the Taiwan side, and even though I've heard the reports that he's kind of chokes out a little bit, I feel like he's able to get these advantages. He's able to get ahead in the first place in so many ways with some stellar play. In the meantime though, for Little Wolf, didn't really have time to check a background there, but he is going to be playing defensively, sets up that bunker onto that second base. And it seems like it might be that Barracks going for the reactor, and it's going to be factory into play as well. Will this be the 1-1-1 medevac drop? That's going to be the real question, or will it be a 3-racks affair before moving in to a third base? That's going to be questions. We'll be answering it very soon. Reaper right now though, going to be spotted out by the Incept. NCS in position to really get in the way of the scouts. And it's going to be that 2-base Twilight Council play that we see so often. Now with the Twilight Council, you have lots of options, but usually now the more popular pick is to go back to your roots, back into Wings of Liberty, and back into the Blink Stalker. Popularized, of course, by the Korean scene as per usual. It really just allows you a lot of aggression, a lot of ability against many different opponents. And then you can move on to something a little different. You can actually play that High Templar, you can play that Robo if you need to be, especially against Bio. And there's so many options there for our Protoss players to try and defend against a Terran Fireball. And there you go, it is going to be that Blink Stalker into play yet again, with a Mind Stone already being built here from the factory. And it is going to be the 1-1-1 Starports drop, potentially going to be with the Minds looking to get dropped on, get harassment on, bunker already set on up, and a standard game so far between our two players. So nothing out of the ordinary. We have the 2 gas there onto the main. I believe that here for NCS, he's going to be going for that second gas as soon as he gets the proper production structures on. He's trying to get the noodles right now to build all he can. In the first place, hallucination though of that sentry. Going to be moving on around to see what else is going to be happening here on the map. Marine though, scanning force with the mines right now are ready to go. But the back is also set. And it seems like here for Little Wolf, he's gonna be looking to make a big boom, big splash into this one to get the infiltration in time. In any case though, it's still NZS's side. He's part of Clan Rush, something I've seen before in the previous qualifiers. It really goes to show that there are so many supportive players, supportive teams in the Taiwanese scene. But here and there, it's time for the medevac to go for a drop. We'll see if NDW Little Wolf, it's also a name I've also seen around the region. And hey, for Little Wolf, you can get the really good scout on, you might be able to really just get a big bust onto NZS and his workers. In any case though, looking on around, we already had 2 Zergs qualified, we already had 2 Terrans qualified, and for invites we had 2 Protoses, but I wouldn't be surprised to see 2 more Protoses invited here. Maybe NZS might be that one, but Joker is waiting for them, which will secure at least a Zerg partition. It's gonna be really, really interesting, that's for sure. In any case though, where is that medevac? That's gonna be the real question here. It's roaming on around, trying to get the angle. It's on the south side already, but NCS will be able to spot this immediately as he transitions on forward. All about reaction right there, right then, especially with the Blink Stalker. On the other side though, it is gonna be Little having that engineering bay up. Refineries are being set up as well. Single missile turret into the front line. And interesting enough, some brats waiting for tech labs to happen. So it seems like it is going to be Little Wolf's time to go for a potential stim pack and combat shield, the multi-upgrade. He also wants to get that +1 going underway, and that is going to be the 1-1 push courtesy of the Terran so far. Not going to be the armor though, it's all about getting more HP for the Marines in the first place. In the meantime, NCS still scouting on around. And of course, the Blink Stalkers as well as the Thermalance, pretty much the bread and butter that we've been seeing so far in Terran versus Protoss. And Kennegae's Blink already here for NZS, looking to get back in position. Third base now onto the low ground, because NZS is feeling very, very secure of his spot so far. Now, can the Wolf potentially punish this? In terms of workers, it is NZS in the lead, but of course the mule difference making a key points into this one. These with the mines though are still chilling, and NZS has to be wary. He feels like something is missing, something hasn't happened so far, but he doesn't really care by this point. He will go for the attack instead, sending out these stalkers to potentially punish any seconds and thirds. But here we go right now with the multiple Marines. Marauder's gonna be there as well. Still the timing though getting better here for NCS because he can just blink on back instead. Right here, right now, the Widow Mine's gonna get dropped. I've been anticipating this. Good pull though from NCS. There we go with the splashdown on to 2 of those probes, sacrificing their life for the greater good. Here we go again though, another beautiful drop though from Little Wolf this time. And third time's the charm apparently onto the second base. It gets some damage done and hurts a little bit of NCS's economy. Overall though, it's shots now onto the Orbital Command. Here comes the medevacs trying to get in position, but if you are going to be all ahead before the Marines and Marauders, that's easy pickings there from the Stalkers to begin with. Good movement there from NZS backing on that. Got a really good pull as well from the third base, but only now is he going to decide to build those photon cannons, because he did get the forge after the fact, after that Robo Bay. All about that build order, all about that timing. You want to make sure that your external Thermalast comes with your first Colossus and more to allow you to really play that starter step as much as possible. And hey, very understandable here for NCS. He wanted to go for that third base, so he's going to be using those minerals for something else. Stalker's though going to be into play yet again, trying to get in position. And this guy is part of the ESL Pro Tour. This is the DreamHack Summers Qualifier for Taiwan and Hong Kong. Number 3, it's the last one for the region. And in a scenario like this, on the west side, we already have these Marines in possession yet again, looking to go for the push. The law side though, gonna be moving on down. Good pull again from NZS, this time gonna shut down any kind of Widow Mine antics. What is gonna be the play here for our Terran player? He has 3 of these racks so far set up on these 2 bases. He's trying to get third set up and running. It seems like that is gonna be the case. And again, the Terran gonna have a pretty good economy with those mules to go for. Scan though, free intel for the cost of 50 energy, not bad whatsoever. So far though, neither side really taking any mantles onto the eastern flank, and it is going to be another Colossus right now for our boy NCS. In any case, you know, it's still NCS trying to come in through the middle. Only 2 Colossus so far, not really needing the biggest reaction against anti-air, but it seems like Little Wolf already wanted to react. It does set up a few of those missile turrets to begin with, as well as... Oh, pause please. There you go. It's a pause. Only referee. We have referees for some reason, so I think everything should be okay. Who's our ref for this? I think I'm a ref. Am I a ref? Are we supposed to? Or am I supposed to be the one unpausing it, which is kind of strange. So yeah. Okay. Go. Yeah, that's on me.
Game resumed.
Here, there you go. Yeah, it's on me. I'm ref pala. I'm surprised that I'm ref. I'm only a caster, guys, so please don't do that. Please only give me spec next time. That's kind of against the rules. But and here we go again. NZS gonna be looking to go onto the west side. Here comes Lil Wolf though onto the east instead. And there we go with the shots already. Pylon now will go down yet again. These Marines in position and really going for the scan to make sure there's nothing there. Widowmine is set up to allow Lil Wolf to have a really good spot. And so what I see a lot here on Deathaura, because of the speed here, oh my god, NCS trying to bait things out. He only has 3 losses so far, but he also has 3 of these hallucinations to be as cheeky as possible. As I wanted to say before, here on Deathaura, because of those speed zones, it really allows a army to get on through to the other side very, very quickly. And in a scenario like that, NZS out of position, couldn't build up that fort, but luckily for him, he was still close enough to defend that one. Anyway, the sheer amount of quote-unquote colossi are set up, and really NCS trying to bait his opponent out to fully committing with those Vikings in the first place. For the time being though, really is all about mind games, and yes, it's gonna be that Dark Shrine pretty much part of the build right now. Gateways so being built, also pylons are into play, and overall, it might be a meeting of the minds in the middle of the map. In any case though, they do want to get rid of the rocks. They don't want to be going through those chokeholds that are the acceleration zones, because even though they give you speed, you might get caught out in the open, especially because of that thermal lance. Viking right now gonna get caught again. There we go with the scan. Just trying to realize if there are any DT hiding in the first place. And I like how Lil Wolf is trying to play this as decisive as well as safe as possible. But it's gonna be a big engagement in the middle. Disruptor is into play as well. There we go already with the force fields to really block things off. And hey, for Lil Wolf, he just wants to get in position instead. But behind all of this, already shots courtesy of the Zealot, trying to hurt that command center as much as possible. Terran though just marching to the south, and it is going to be the Protoss lagging behind. So far so good. Medivac still might get caught here. Here we go with a bit of mind though, getting in position. And it is going to be high time to hightail out of here. Disruption Nova doesn't get too much there though. And still for Lil Wolf, he will not turn around to try and get the takedown. Looking to go to the south side as much as possible. Warp Cycle right now gonna be into play. Liberation zones are set yet again. Blink forward though to try and get the action. Widowmine gonna be able to get the handle on again. Colossi though in behind, still surviving there with cleanup. Vikings going for as many damage as possible. Disruptors are just hanging out for the time being. And NZS gonna get beaten back through the sheer numbers there from Little Wolf. In terms of the army, Little Wolf just reinforcing like crazy. NZS barely has anything anymore. The Colossi gonna get caught out in the open, and this must be the Terran already going for the killing blow. This is a little too much to handle so far. 31 army versus 94, and NZS is caught out of position again, trying to chase after the opposition. Good setup there with the Widow Mines, doesn't pan out whatsoever. Nova right now gets rid of a few Marines there, but that is a sacrifice that is Little Wolf is happy to take. Everything is going Little Wolf, and this natural base now gonna be under duress. The Stalker's trying to get on the way. The Marines going for as many shots as possible. Here we go right now with charging on it. This Nova can actually be huge, but no, it doesn't happen. As soon as it comes out from the Robo, it will go down, and GG is called! Little Wolf will move on to gain advantage into game number 2. So well played there too. Lil Wolf able to win that one out, and well played, just having the sheer numbers in that instance. Really cooking together builds there from both sides, but it really just is all about positioning, and it just hurts them in the long runs. That's all she wrote right there. That's how it just pans out in the end. And hey, that's just how it is in the first place. When you are caught out of position Deathaura, it really is gonna be the Deathaura itself just on you in the first place. And Little Wolf with bigger numbers, with that bigger army, beautiful engagement on the south side, and it leads to a very, very well played victory. No ref for me, only caster. Against the rules to be ref. Against the rules to be referee, so yes, thank you very much. I just don't want to be the one, or I don't want to be the one breaking the rules there. And thank you TTs guys for inviting us into the lobby. But we are now going to be getting into our second map. We're just confirming it real quick to be a map that we see quite a lot in the scene, and it is very much a classic by this point. It has been a stalwart of the ladder for so long. And our next map, ladies and gentlemen, will be... Eternal Empire LE. Deathaura won out by littlewolf, just sheer numbers, pretty much all she wrote for the bio approach. Also having a good mix of units, really those liberators, and I do like the fact that they didn't get baited by the hallucinations earlier on. So kudos there to littlewolf, but we are not done yet. We are still in this best of 3. And thank you guys for tuning on, and this is going to be Taiwan versus Taiwan yet again. It's now high time to get into the action. Terran versus Protoss one more time. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go for another map. Now, if the Terran wins this, he will be moving on to face off against Yogur in the qualifying match. If not, we are going into a game number 3. But introducing first, on the bottom left, it is gonna be our blue Protoss trying to get the rushdown on NZS. As they say in Taiwan side, it is 906. I wish I could say that properly, but, you know, only English speaking here. Really appreciate though all the tips you guys have given me. And here on top right now, it's the man ahead. He's a man on a mission, winning out against Moriarty in a very close affair. This time, looking to the snowball against NZS, it is gonna be our red Terran, littlewolf. See, I've seen this before. The NDW logo is another one of those teams in the Asian scene as I remember. And it really goes to show here in Taiwan, there are just so many collectives that do try to bring the people under one banner, which I really appreciate to say the least. Still though, NZS trying to hamper that SCV, the barracks already built though. This course it will be the Reaper to go for the chase down. Orbital Command is going to get set up. There we go with the Cyber Core. And both guys playing standard for the time being. So after this one, whoever wins this match, guys, we will be facing off against Yogur, and that will be the other qualifying match that will be going on right now. I believe there is also a match going on, which is Sen versus Cell, so if you are looking for that, it's not on this channel. But, you know, we are going to be facing off in a Taiwan versus Taiwan affair later for our next QM. But in the meantime, NDW, Fucker again set up. Seems like it's going to be the same old game. And now, if it is going to be the same scenario, what will NCS be up to? He's putting his probe here on the east side. Might be looking to potentially get a proxy Stargate out of nowhere, but in an instance like this, he really feels like he's gonna be very defense favored right now. Probably boosting out that adept to make sure he can get a handle onto the Reaper in the first place. We are also getting that Warp Gate research. And second exploit already here for NZS will get scouted. Luckily for littlewolf, he's also going for his expansion. The probe though giving chase, really hurting the construction workers here. And the thing to note about the SCV, it has 5 more HP than everything else in terms of the workers, but it still needs to be exposed to get the building on in the first place. NCS being the biggest pain in the butt into this one. In the meantime, the Adept going over to the east side. Reaper gonna be going in position as well. And can the probe actually get the kill? It's desperate to really get the zap on. And it is gonna be high time to go for the brawl again. But the Adept right now looking to get in position. And it will be sniping a few SCVs here and now. The command center has been neutered in a way, even though that littlewolf has this bunker. Just the fact of the matter, he never even bothered to go against the probe will allow NCS to slow down this second base. It's not bad whatsoever. That's already really good there for NCS. He should be happy that he's going to be able to take the lead in terms of the economy with his Nexus Point up and running. And that is exactly what's happening. 30 workers right now to 24. It's still anyone's game. It's very early into the fight. And there is going to be that 2-base Twilight Cancel with the Blink Stalker yet again. Now, of course, this usually transitions into that Robo Facility. Can also go for that Twilight Cancel to play the Templar Archives next. Storm is such a good ability, especially if you are going to be behind in the bases. And as we say, for every Protoss player, it really is just all about. It's just all about using your abilities and positioning to the best degree. Now, Protoss is the easiest to handle for me. I also am a Protoss player, so it is more of the malleable side. It really feels like it is very mechanical in a way, but it isn't stressful. But at the same time, you need to make sure that you are always the proper spot, because you have that one big army and that's basically it. You can't go for splits, you can't go for some micro with abilities, but it really is all about making sure that you can hold the line and move to destroy everyone and anything. In any case though, NCS with the scouting again wants to set up that Phoenix hallucinated to fly on around. In the meantime, we will have the reactor tech, we will have the starport. And I wouldn't be surprised to see the patience game again here from littlewolf. Earlier on, he went for the triple Widow Mine, 2 on the third, 1 on natural. Really surprising NCS there, losing a few probes in the first place. And that was basically how littlewolf evened up the worker count. And it is going to be high time to go for the float instead. So reactor onto the starport and twin medivacs. It seems like it is going to be a focus onto the ground itself. No more antics. It's all about direct combats. And in the meantime, of course, you got your shield batteries here for the main base, as well as the potentially on the natural for the battery overcharge later on. In any case, NZS scouting around wants to send out these stalkers, and I've been casting StarCraft since 2 PM GMT plus 8, guys, so my voice isn't going to be as strong as it usually is, so bear with me. But Engineering Bay right now onto the east side. Here we go with a few more Marines yet again. In Factory just being built in the long run. Marauder right now going to be into play as well. And it seems like it is going to be a 2 racks right now, maybe a 3rd later on. He has 1 tech lab though, so where are the upgrades? Not even being built. Earlier step back though to try and go for the fights, so it might be that twin 1-1 later on. We'll find out very, very soon. Wouldn't be surprised though that since he only has that 1 tech lab, he just needs that combat shield and then queue up the concussive shell when he needs it. So I think this is still going to be a Marine-based bio rather than a Marauder one. It still has extra DPS, it's very, very fast, it's very, very agile, and it's so good at shredding anything and anyone if given the opportunity. On the other side though, already Disruptor here from NZS, and this is what I like on higher tiers of play. People are very confident with the Disruptor play. They know that they can get some really good Novas, they know they can really protect it as much as possible comparing it to the lower leagues. They'll kind of go straight into Colossus. And the Disruptor, of course, is also a unit which is built a lot quicker than Colossi, so less time to panic, more time for action instead. In any case, here we go right now with a Fort Refinery. Feels like, yeah, it is going to be Little Wolf only committing on gas right now. Might be looking to get a few more Marauders into the mix, but it really is just all about Marines in the first place, which is the amount of things he had there. Anyway, Scouting Force going to get cleaned up by NCS. Meantime, here on the south side, already spotted out by the Observer. And it's a scenario like this. Nova in the middle of everything! Destroys, disrupts, and just disintegrates every single unit in the first place. In the meantime, though, Little Wolf right now, still doing all he can, going to go for that +1 on the weaponry. Interesting enough, no +1 as of yet here from our Protoss player. But for the time being, I can really see that NCS is looking pretty confident in his setup. But Little Wolf is also pretty happy. He's evening up the worker count. Army count, though, in favor of NCS is never a good sign here for our Terran player. So in a scenario like this, if NCS can keep the lead up and go for an even brawl against the Marines and Marauders, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the big Novas and he gets the big win. Things are looking good for Protoss. He has a slight advantage in my books, and it really is just that army count to begin with. He might go for a good blow right now. Interesting enough, no Warp Prism, unfortunately. And there you go, it is going to be onto the north side itself. So scratch that, it's not going to get exposed, which I actually think is a little better. It fooled me already, and this is going to fool Little Wolf just a little bit, because he's going to be looking around. Where is that Warp Prism for the time being? He's expecting it, of course. You can never not expect a Warp Prism into the fold. There we go though, the hallucination of the Colossus going to be backing on that again. And for NZS, he's trying to play as many mind games as possible. But Little Wolf will go to the north side. Here we go with more supply depots. And pretty much so far, oh, NZS wants to go for the drop. Already went for this first Zealot cycle. Charge lots into the fray. And this main base is getting hampered pretty well. There we go with the concave by the buildings. The Zealots trying to get as much cleave as possible. Trying to go for that Marauder. The Medivacs putting as many band-aids as they can. And in the end, interesting dynamic there from NZS. He went for the Marines instead of the workers. Nova, though, trying to get the connections. Not going to be enough. The Colossus right now in the middle of everything. Going to be fading on that. So that should tell Little Wolf that, you know, NZS is a cheeky boy. And he's trying to do all he can. In any case, it's a 2-prong attack right now, but it's still going to be an advantage here for NCS. He's going to be backing on that though because these Blink Stalkers are getting torn apart by the Grenadiers. More numbers right now. NZS turning things around. +1/+1. No, it's only a simple +1 here for Little Wolf on the infantry weaponry. So still a chance here for NZS if he's able to do even more damage. Stim back though has been popped. Here comes the Nova yet again, trying to give chase. Beautiful back off though from Little Wolf. Another Nova into the fray, but only get to get that Marine push-pull right now from both sides. NZS though forced back on out. And in the meantime, he's trying to get closer and closer to his Stalkers. But here comes the concave already from the Terran, trying to retreat, trying to get on the way. But he has to make sure these Stalkers are protected. An overextend though might be in order here for Little Wolf. We'll see if the Nova can't get connection. It's still not going to happen. Gets a little damage into the front line instead. And here comes another one. Can it get the pop in time? Blows up a few units there. This Disruptor though going to get slowed down by the concussive shell. And in the end, it really is going to be a chase here for both sides. Nova right now smashing on down. Blink Stalker to push on forward. This should be enough here for NCS to clean up up the crew, and this should be the Protoss holding, but at what cost? Losing those disruptors and actually warping on into the main base again. Beautiful chase there from both the Terran and Protoss, but in the end, NZS with the advantage, able to get the harassment on into the long run. And in this case right now, with the Warpers still alive as well as the Disruptor, I wouldn't be surprised if NZS can actually go for the fodder here on the third base, picking up SCVs left, right, and center. 906 right now, doing all he can. It's still gonna be a good concave there. The SCVs getting in the way of the Zealots to prevent them from getting through to the Marines. But in behind all of this, I believe NCS is just going for as much production as possible. He's gonna be building that Dark Shrine. He's trying to get that +2/+2. He's also forcing out this third base to lift off. So it feels like here for our Protoss player, if he plays his cards right and he keeps up the pressure, he should be good to go to get a victory. Soccer right now to push on forward yet again, and in the meantime, there we go with Nova looking for the connection. SCVs are caught mid-transition, and these disruptors are being protected as much as possible. As I say that, NZS, don't jinx me! Caster's Curse right there! Disruptor gonna get caught out, will fall! He only has 2 of these left, but luckily for him, he's very quick at getting them back in the first place. Another disruptor into the field, he's still sticking on 3 base right now. I don't think there is gonna be more of these bases here from NZS anytime soon, because he's hungry for blood, he is out for it, and he's looking for a good killing blow against his opponent. Right now getting busted, Stalkers right now pushing forward again. Aggressive actions here from NZS. The Disruptors are waiting for an opportunity to blow anything up in the first place, but you can see when the Protoss has the numbers advantage, has the army count in their favor, it is gonna be a long crusade here from Little Wolf, but overall, that orbital command will go down, busted again. And how will this pan out here for Little Wolf? He's trying his best to hold the line. He's making sure that he can go for the fight. Nova though, gonna catch out the Marauder, flipping it in the air. Another Nova, and that is GG! NZS ties things up, and we are gonna go into a game number 3. NZS able to do it again. And well played, well played. It is going to be high time for him to survive. So that is going to be our second map. We are waiting on to get our third. But NZS, surprise, surprise. This time, having the numbers advantage, doing all they can. And kudos, honestly, to NZS there. Especially the push-pull antics overall. It really goes to show how strong a Protoss can be if playing the aggressor. And in the meantime, though, our third map pick has been set and ready, and it's going to be more aggression. It's going to be the smallest map in the pool, and it will be something that has a very interesting color palette, to say the least. Our third map has been confirmed, and our third map will be Submarine LE. So Submarine, this time the smallest map in the pool. It'd be interesting dynamics though into this one, and all I gotta say is, how will Little Wolf try to navigate a map like this? NCS, in the meantime, it'd be interesting to see what kind of plan of action he has. Will he go for any proxy play? Will he stick on to playing the aggressor? How will we find out? It's finally time. Game number 3 coming our way. NCS as well as Little Wolf all tied up. Winner of this one gonna be moving on to face off against Yogurt in the qualifying match. And it is going to be interesting. It's either Terran versus Zerg or Protoss versus Zerg. Either way, our man waiting right there has to prepare for both kind of matchups, because it seems like this game can go either way. In any case though, it's high time to get into the action, and let's move into our last map. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go yet again. It's high time right here, right now, to get a conclusion, to get a decision. And introducing first, the man who was able to be eternal there on the Empire, the man who was able to disrupt the economy as well as those lines. It is our Protoss player for this set, NZS. And his opponents, on the bottom right this time, has been a very, very good surprise here, showing on off with the buyer-based composition. But he needs to shake it off and look for the victory. It is gonna be the Red Terran, also on 1 point, Little Wolf. So here we go again, guys. Terran versus Protoss. And in a case like this, it really is gonna be all down to who can play against who better. Now, interesting enough, on Submarine LE, you have those smaller pathways to show you where the Reaper is going to be coming from in the first place. And hey, looking to get in position already. NZS gonna be trying to translocate himself to the other base. Get that scouting, see that everything is going fine and dandy. How do you do, neighbor? Welcome to Submarine. And immediately NCS being the hamper in the first place. Now, you'd think this is a small thing, but I do like the fact that littlewolf is actually putting in the hurt right now. Even though he's gonna be down on the worker in terms of production, in terms of getting minerals, the whole matter, the fact is, earlier on, it hurt him so much when the SCVs were getting hampered by the probe, and then the adept came on. It slowed down that natural, so those little antics really make a big difference. I've seen some of the best Protoss players do it. They really need to get the edge sometimes, and it starts with bothering SCVs like this, yoinking minerals as much as possible. It's like, no, I'm the one mining, since you can only mine one at a time per se. So it really goes to show, any little antic a Protoss player can do, it will make a key difference in the long run. In any case though, the Reaper has had enough of all these shenanigans, and goodbye to the probe there. This is part of the ESL Pro Tour, guys, because this is the DreamHack Summer Qualifiers 2020 Taiwan Hong Kong side. And looking on the round already, second base, gonna be having NCS trying to get that next points up and running. In the meantime, Stargate right here, right now, from NCS on the main base. And I've seen this a little differently, so you're not really gonna be focusing too much on Oracle harassment per se. You can build whatever units you need. Oracle's gonna be helpful for Revelations and the like. Stasis wards do make a difference as well. In the meantime, when you get that Phoenix set, it can really go for the Graviton beams. And see right now what NZS is gonna be up to with this earlier Stargate. Now this should put littlewolf a little bit on notice, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does go for a pretty marine-based composition coming into this one. Now if you see that I'm missing a little bit of the left side, it really is just for any new viewers. I have a computer rig, but the monitor broke, so I have to use my TV right now. So the resolution is a little wonky per se, but I'm making do and hope you guys can too. Oracle though being built already here by NCS, it's time for him to get in position to try and get a cascade and a concave on in the first place. All about that harassment to lead into allowing him to build as much as he would like. And in the meantime, Warp Gate Research right now being built by the Cyber Core as well. Gateways though are set up. Reaper gonna be backing on that, has already gotten 2 kills on the board. The Adepts still hunting for this target, and I don't think they're gonna rest anytime soon till they catch that Reaper out and about. In any case though, soups, sorry about that. I think my timers are still working, so I'm gonna shut that down since we just finished a local tournament. But hey, keep an eye out on the Oracle. It's green, it's mean, and it is gonna be a machine trying to find a target or two. Already getting the vaporization though onto an SCV. Now I've seen some Oracles decide to go for the stasis ward instead to really slow down the economy there with a pretty good, well-timed one, akin to a Widow Mine honestly, but when you go for the Pulsar Beam, it's a lot more obvious what kind of impact it does. Reaper right now still being a hamper. Adepts right now trying to go for the chase. What's going to be planned here for NCS? He is going to be looking to get that Robo Facility Shield Battery also into play. But behind all of this, it's already a third command center, as it seems like our Terran player wants to play it into a 3-base set. So in any case, Revelation right now has been popped. It is going to be a high time right here, right now, to get in position yet again. So far, so good though for both sides. A little harassment from the Oracle and the Reaper, basically allowing them to get a feel for one another. But NZS a little bit in the lead on that worker count. But that army count is where I feel like littlewolf can really balloon from. Fernando, we'll see how this is all going to be panning on at in the first place, as this is still going to be high time for Starport play. littlewolf trying to set something up. Gonna be going for that reactor to allow medivacs to get double pumped. Meantime, third base right now gonna be in the cards here for NCS as he sends out that probe, and it should be a nexus point courtesy of our blue Protoss sometime soon. Apparently he's gonna go for the pylon instead. So when you do put the pylon here, it is just basically for that vision to make sure that you get a scout on any potential starport play from your Terran opponents. Those include the medevac drops, those include the Liberators, even Vikings if need be. But in an instance like this, it is going to be the triple Phoenix that we see usually on a scenario like this. It's going to be really interesting how NCS actually plays this one out. Pretty standard stuff so far though from our blue Protoss, as he's going to be flying on and look for a target or two. Sees the Widow Mines already, going to be going for the shutdown. Vikings going to be there as well to try and get some DPS on, but Phoenix is just going to laugh that off, back on out, and just zoom on away to control the skies even more. In any case, still NZS Looking to rotate again. Gets the catch onto the one building the missile turret and even onto the Cyclone. But that is going to be unfortunate there. Graviton Beam has been cancelled. Time to get on the way as the Viking will give chase. No lock on though to get the punish. And behind all of this, NZS is using this harassment to get at third base pretty safely. But on the other side, littlewolf right now doing the same. Going to be setting on up to put that turret down below. Here on Submarine, even though it's a smaller map, it is quite a distance actually to get to your third. It's a full transition from the ramp to down below, and there is only one pathway though in the first place. So it's still on the safer side, but still, that distance kind of hurts in the first place. So that NZS taking advantage with his speed, able to get a few more picks in again, being as pesky as can be. And that's what the Phoenix play is all about. Will he go for Mass Phoenix? So that's the real question. He's already getting 4 so far, might be getting a 5th very soon. Complementary units to whatever composition he's building on. It seems like it is going to be Colossus deck, of course, as per usual. So 5 Phoenixes in the air. It is going to be a big squadron. Now I've seen Mass Phoenix actually complemented by like Adepts or maybe even Stalkers, but in a scenario like this, it is going to be the Phoenixes instead being the complementary unit. Good for anti-air, good for really getting the shutdown with the Graviton Beam. And in a scenario like this, they can really shut down a basic infantry very, very quickly. Any stragglers caught anti-open will get picked off. And you'd say that those losses do add up. If you find a few Marines there and everywhere, it is going to be high time for him to get some free picks. And in all honesty, the fact that these Phoenixes aren't in play, it's more of psychological because now littlewolf cannot really go for easy drops per se. The Phoenixes are very fast, the Phoenixes are very nimble, they're very good at getting rid of medevacs as well as the units inside them. So it really goes to show NZS knowing a lot about this matchup to begin with. On the other side though, seems like for littlewolf, looking to build his big bulk. And here, NCS, what are these Zealots doing? Taking a picnic, I guess, trying to pretend that they're probes. West side, though, gonna be the best side as NZS right now, gonna be looking to hang on out there again. The Terran, though, does he have the +1 set up already? Yes, he does. All the barracks upgrades are ready to go from the tech lab. With the mind, though, catching out the Oracle. Zealot really trying to trigger anything and everything. And something to note, already armory is set up here by littlewolf, so it's gonna be invisible mines to say the least. Behind all of this though, neither side wanting to go for the fort, even though it's kind of a standstill game. They know if you overextend, they know, especially on a map like Submarine, where it's so easy to really punish that fort, it is going to be hurting them in the long run. They need those minerals and gas right now to build that the army. And in a scenario like this, NZS is 67, we have littlewolf on 93. Neither side not really having a big advantage so far, but I'd say for Seren, he should have a few numbers here and there to try and make a little bit of a difference to say the least. In any case, Standstill Gaming, Blink Stalker right now from NCS. Very, very different so far from the match early on. Usually we get that 2 base and into the Twilight Council. Go for the Blink Stalker in itself. Meantime though, it's going to be potentially these 2 brawls to happen. It can be time for these 2 armies to meet each other. And this is going to be the Phoenix right now going to the north side. Colossi, will they get caught at the open? Not going to be the case. Scan is there. Nova right now to dissuade the push. And NZS gonna be backing on that for the time being. Feeling safe, feeling sound. Wants to try and defend that third base though. This is gonna be the Phoenix right now getting a battery overcharge though. Not getting respect whatsoever. It seems like for littlewolf, he just wants to get rid of that battery as quick as can be. And in the meantime, it is gonna be high time for more of that fight. Zealots being warped in, cleanup crew. My name is the Protoss, and Sneaky Peeky onto the middle lines we go. Zealots on both sides. There we go with the pull. Adept's gonna be onto that third base, putting that harassment on. And since we do see littlewolf trying to back on that, NCS trying to go for the punish instead. Beautiful concave there, beautiful turnaround from the Vikings as well. The Cyclone gets the damage done, and that will be 1 Phoenix fended off to just go into tatters. So really snazzy stuff from both of our players, and NZS getting another catch with the Graviton Beam onto the south side though, again trying to get the chase after. And here comes trouble because this is gonna be littlewolf trying to bring in the Thunder and look to just roll on in with that Cyclone. But yet again, NZS being as pesky as can be. These Zealot hit squads are just so effective, and since NZS went for the Phoenix play, it is going to be so difficult for littlewolf to actually play his own kind of drops, because as soon as he does go for the drop, it is just going to be those Phoenixes saying, hello, thank you very much, I'm going to get some free kills there, and then Nova right now trying to go for connection, and Marauder going to get sacrificed there. Overall though, still anyone's game. 63 workers though to 54. NCS trying to do as much harassment as possible. But in a scenario like this, it's going to be high time to really do as much as they can. Both sides might meet each other in pitch combat in the middle. Seems like though it isn't going to be the case. On the other side though, This is gonna be the second base doing all it can and more. Might get caught out here. How many warp gates are already into play? Doesn't really matter because it is going to be potentially engagement again between our two players. Overall, NZS with 4 of these disruptors, 2 Colossi. Army count here for Little Wolf. This is actually a lot of Vikings, and I like how NZS basically respects it in a way. He did go for Phoenix, which forced out the anti-air, and now he's only going for basically a number of Colossi to add up to begin with. 4th base is already up and running here for NZS. Again, apologize if I didn't see that earlier on because I can't see it on my screen. But here comes the Phoenix trying to get in position again. They're trying to find a target or two. Wants to go for the Viking there. Ghost though gonna get caught out in the open. Will get taken down as we are seeing the EMP Shockwave upgrade come our way. And that is just basically Lowell looking to react against the Disruptors, against the Blink Stalkers, and maybe Archons into the future. This fight though, coming to a very quick crescendo. Neither side though wanting to commit, but Cyclone gonna get caught out in the open. Blink Stalker right now, and NZS is going for the chase. Step back to turn on around. Liberation zones are set up, and it is basically gonna be the Protoss saying, never mind, I'm not gonna go inside those rocks. Still though, a good catch there from NZS, as here comes more and more of the load play, as this time the Benevax gets the infiltration, trying to get through to the primary, and will this be a one-way trip? Because the Phoenix is hurting them as much as possible. NZS, pesky as can be, but this time it is going to be Lowell looking to go for the punish. Sees the port base says, no sir, you're not going to be getting the hell out of here whatsoever. But as these units are trying to go for the chase down, it is NZS intercepting onto that reinforcement cycle instead. Seems like though the medevac has been felled, it's still these Marines giving chase and hunting those probes as much as possible. Zealots right now coming into third base yet again. Fourth base going to be up and running here for our Terran player, but as these probes are basically getting sacrificed, some of the Stalkers might get caught out here. Blink on to get on away, and here comes trouble because NZS is giving chase to the Marines and Marauders as much as possible. No, but to get the catch on, and that's gonna be a beaut one there. Blink Stalker again to go for the harassment, and overall the hit squad from Little Wolf gonna get caught out in the open, and we'll just say, never mind, our lives are forfeit. They will get obliterated by the Stalkers. What a chase, what a sequence of events. Fourth base is shut down, and because of Lil Wolf and his antics, it basically allows him to protect at fourth base. NZS doesn't know it's there. Will he actually scout that one out? Oh, sees the SCB. Never mind. All those mind games have been thrown away by just that rally points. And that planetary fortress is trying to be built. Command center though, immediately canceling that one out. But Blink Stalkers back a really big punch against these structures. And goodbye to that fourth base as well. Oh my god, Lil Wolf. He's unrelenting. He wants to get on through. He has that worker lead right now, so he will have better economy into the long run. So even trade is going to be hurting NCS here. In the meantime, this third base might get caught out. Strategic recall to get a good bulk, but the Disruptors are not there whatsoever. The recall comes into the main base, I believe, and what is going to be the plan there? Where did the recall come from? It gets cancelled actually, because that is the Nexus point going down already. Here we go again though with more and more of these units. And for NCS, even though he's going to be getting rid of a few infantry here and there, it doesn't really matter. It's time to run away with the Marines and Marauders trying to get on through to the other side. But still, it hurts here for the Protoss because he's now onto base, and he is just slowly but surely, systematically, automatically getting whittled down in terms of the income tab. This is looking very difficult here for NZS. And he is gonna be down on upgrades as well because engineering bay in duplicates gonna be getting that +3/+3 very soon. On the other side though, still have those 7 Disruptors and big Novas will still make a difference. Now something though, Lil Wolf sure has the army count lead, but he still doesn't have enough money to really replenish his forces if need be. 1,000 minerals though should be a good start, but that is still not gonna be enough in the face of this adversity. Lil Wolf has it right evenly, or have the advantage. We'll find out very soon, as there we go with the defending zones from the Liberators. Stalkers though don't really care. Shots coming onto the Disruptors, which are absolutely key, and you can really see the power of those stationary units to begin with. Sit back though, to go for the push. Beautiful force fields to put those barracks units on the other side. It is high time right now for NCS to make a decision. What kind of army comp will he go for the face-off? What kind of straight will he go on? The Disruptors though gonna get caught out in the open. Here comes the APs right now to clean up everything. And NCS losing everything he held dear and near to his heart. This lone Disruptor right now trying to run on away, but I don't think it's gonna survive anytime soon. And it is now Little Wolf out for this victory. Dark Templar though trying to go for the harassment, as that is gonna be workers going down. But look at the pittance that NCS has compared to the army count that Little Wolf has. Will this actually pan out anyway here for our Protoss player? I think this is gonna be the beginning of the end. There we go again with the scan, seeing the Dark Templar one more time. These DTs are trying to be as cheeky and sneaky as can be with +3/+3 though. It makes a big difference. And these Vikings now can turn into ground units if need be. NZS is in the biggest hole in the world. This is his last chance per se to really qualify to the next stage of the DreamHack Summer Qualifier. But it seems like here for NZS, he's doing all he can. Littlewolf right now is doing all he can, also trying to win things out. Beautiful disruptor there though. It seems like really for Littlewolf, he has just had the harder path. He had really much of a struggle in the previous round, and using that experience against Moriarty, you're gonna be looking to really fend off NZS here. In the meantime though, high ground right now, it's time for the Marines and Marauders to push on forward, and this is gonna be game, set, and match. This third phase is gonna be going down yet again, and GGS called! Littlewolf will move on against Yogur, and we have confirmed a Terran versus Zerg qualifying match. Littlewolf with a very well-deserved victory, the true power there of the bio-based composition, and all about numbers, all about doing all the damage that they can do. And oh my god, well played there to Littlewolf. He will move on to face off against Yogur in that qualifying round. And well played indeed. So let me just quickly report that. Littlewolf 2-1 NZS. Wolf versus Yogur next. Please invite when ready. There you go, guys. So we are gonna be doing Littlewolf versus Yogur, Terran versus Zerg. Overall, though, NZS had such a good answer there in Eternal Empire, but they're on Submarine. Just that fight in the middle of those two bases really hurting him. Disruptors getting caught at the open. He really was kind of forced out since he was out positioned not just once but twice, and losing those bases really hurt them in the long run. In any case, it seems like we are going to be getting set and ready to go. We'll be right back, guys. Stay tuned, stick around, as we still have a qualifying match for you guys tonight.